Hey guys, how's it going? This is a special edition of the A3U Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Season 6 of the A3U Review. This is a special edition because we're starting off Episode 1 with the TFCon episode. My name's Alex.
I'm Boris.
And
I don't remember.
Well, this is Henry. Henry is actually a very special individual because he loves playing with toys. So we decided to bring him on. He's actually got his own YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel, Henry?
You should know this.
Why would I know? I've never seen any one of your videos.
We don't actually know this. I just met this guy downstairs right now.
Paid for life reviews.
What is it? Paid for life? Paid for life reviews? YouTube.com/paid for life reviews. Okay, so what do we got here, guys?
We got the visualizers.
We got the visualizers, and you guys might recognize, where this is inspired from. It obviously has a very classic look to it. And what we're doing right now is we are trying to figure out how this guy works, because this is your very, very first look at the visualizers, and this is from MakeToys. So, what do you guys think so far?
Still trying to transform it right now.
Yeah.
But so far so good.
So far so good. Yeah. First impressions on looks wise. What do you guys think?
I think it's a very classic look to these guys, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Alex. It's interesting because it's kind of scaled to the Masterpiece series.
Yeah.
As part of the remaster line.
Yeah.
But it definitely takes a lot more from, I think, the cartoon aesthetic than the toy aesthetic.
Yeah.
First impressions, I think the bots themselves, because they all kind of look the same, it's easy to get underwhelmed right away.
Yeah.
But from what I hear, they have very different transformations, so let's check that out and see just how much that's worth it for, a seemingly monotonous robot.
Yeah, let's try to get these guys in their camera mode, like combine them together, because when you look at these guys as robots, essentially they look the same, right? So I think the most interesting thing is about these guys is getting these guys in the mode that they are advertised.
I think let's fast forward this part.
Yeah,
we'll just zip through. It might take an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back. We're gonna transform these guys and let you guys know what we think. So we have Visualizer in his camera mode, and let me tell you something, the transformation was quite an ordeal.
It's a little bit more complicated than it should be.
Yeah.
But actually more because it's kind of tough to take apart primarily because of these rings here.
Yeah.
They kind of have to peg in like perfectly.
Yeah.
And they don't keep their shape very well while you're trying to do it.
No kidding.
So it's really rough to try to line up everything. I think that and trying to unclasp it was...
Yeah, one of the things, the instructions were pretty good at telling how to do it, but actually doing it made it, actually trying to accomplish that was more of a challenge than clasping it the first time. I think that's going to work its way out as you transform him.
Yeah.
But overall, I think there's a lot of panels going on to try to get this form accomplished. One of the cool things that you do get as the accessories is you can actually unplug this little button here.
Yeah.
Then you get this little slide that you peg in, and then you slide in the flash, so you actually get a flash to accompany your camera mode reflector, which is really, it really does complete the look of the alt mode.
And it also doubles as a rocket launcher. How about that?
I've always wanted to kill people with my my photography skills.
Point, shoot, and kill.
Yeah. The other bonus accessory that makes it more camera-like is this little mount, and you just come into the bottom here, and you have a little peg that peg hole that is associated with this peg. You just push that in, slide it forward, and you actually have the
tripod mount.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, so you can actually mount this on a tripod. Go take photos or try to take photos out when you go out. and
you'll get no pictures.
Yeah, you'll get no pictures.
The other thing is it's really blocky, which I think is true to the G1 aesthetic, the cartoon aesthetic.
Yeah.
But the ergonomics is definitely not there.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of silly because it's really thick hair, right? But I understand the task that MakeToys had to go through, and that is to turn these blocky robots into these 3 camera parts, which are which make up quite a bit of the mass of the camera. Obviously, it's a fictional camera, right? But they did a decent job in trying to replicate that DSLR feel.
And look, he even has a battery meter.
Oh yeah, and I
Which
know
means
it's on
at
the other
some
side.
point, one of them's gonna die out.
And you don't need more energon or something.
And
like
for
that.
some reason, there's a bonus where it comes with this little tiny camera. It's a camera it's like cameraception. So
Yeah, so it's supposed to be held by some other scaled
yeah.
MPs. My main thing with this was I was looking for that transformation that we're talking about, where it's actually a lot different. It's actually not. The two sides are very similar, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the middle that transforms differently.
Well, and the one thing that I was caught off on was I thought the lens would come directly from the centerpiece, but it actually is formed with two pieces from the side. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That they did that.
Yeah, because those parts also form their chest portions and their back portions, right?
Yeah. I think it is a very more convincing view from the front than it is from the side or the back.
Once you look at the side and the back, it
You get
doesn't
some, like,
have the
view.
camera feel, right? It doesn't have that camera feel, and the bottom as well. Of course, you get all the extra space in there. You see the legs, right? But in front, that's a camera. That's a camera right there.
Yeah, and the top is also very convincing, and I think it accomplishes a lot with the kind of panel forming that it does. And again, I think it's a really nice representation. I love the green lens that you get here. I love the purple and silver, and I think that they went a little bit beyond what you would have expected with the accessories as well, with the mount on the bottom and the flash here, and the sliding portion of that. I mean, they could have easily made this just one thing that peg it in, but they actually allow you to keep that on without it flashing easily.
I think they did a good job in accomplishing, to recreate a classic character. I think they did a decent job with that. The transformation is a bit clunky, but if you get past that, you have a pretty decent alt mode. I mean, they really did the best they could.
The high point for me was that they look very similar, but they have such different transformations, particularly the center one and the two sides. And I think that's really cool. I always like it when expectations are kind of exceeded, and I think that does that with the kind of uniqueness of the transformations you see here.
For me, I do like the differentiation between the middle and the side transformations overall for me. But I did still find that I was wanting a little bit more from the sides, but I don't know, how they could accomplish that without being, symmetrical.
Yeah.
Overall, I think that's great. The robot mode, for me, didn't do it as much for me. I kind of felt like seeing three of this very, very similar looking robot wasn't overly exciting.
Yeah.
I think the middle guy, that's the guy with the little circle.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the shutter.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit underwhelming for being the mid guy too, the kind of like the section that ties it all together. But that's just me. I thought the colors and the proportions though overall were great. Posability actually, it was really nice too. I had pulled out the feet. They actually have some really good articulation in the feet, so it helps it stand. It's able to do jumping jacks.
Yeah. I think the other thing that you will have as an option is the alternate bases that they provide you. I think they provide you with 3 extra bases. So if you want to differentiate the guys a little bit more, or if you want them all similar, you have that option and versatility on how you want to display them on your shelf. But I agree. I think they've done a really good job. I think the challenge is for them is that they're not the only game in town, right? So they are going to be faced with some stiff competition from 2 other veteran companies, KFC and MakeToys, both who have loyal followings. So I think this is going to be one of the things that a lot of people are going to take a wait and see stance on it, and that may be the best option at this point.
Yeah. Well, when can we expect to see these guys in the homes of the collectors?
This is due out soon, so stay tuned. And if you're watching this kind of in the past, then you'll know it's out already.
Yeah.
So there you go. This is our little first look review of the MakeToys visualizers, and we showed this at TFCon, and this is something that I think a lot of fans will be pretty excited about.
Yeah, big thank you to Alex and Boris for having me on as a guest, and of course thanks to MakeToys for allowing us to have their very first early look at their newest release.
And thank you to Henry for joining us for this review. Once again, check out his channel, youtube.com/Pig4Life.
Pig for Life reviews.
And there you have it. So, as always, if you enjoyed this review and you want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, Ages 3 and Up, and also follow us on Twitter at Ages 3 and Up. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.